everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Mindy Banks. I'm the Flip Flop Chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make a 5-minute dough recipe, but we're going to make it a little bit different than it was designed. So we're going to actually use Pampered Chef's Deluxe stand mixer to help us with the mixing process. And so we're not going to use the full 8-minute knead section or program that goes with the Deluxe stand mixer. We're going to just mix it until it's incorporated. So this recipe is intended to be made just in a mixing bowl, and it can be a little bit difficult to kind of mix all of that together. And so we're going to let the Deluxe stand mixer do all of the work. And so the really cool thing about this recipe is that you don't have to use yeast. We're actually going to use Greek yogurt, flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, and we're going to mix it all up in our Deluxe stand mixer. So first of all, this is the pouring shield that you can purchase separately to go with your Deluxe stand mixer. I'm not going to be using this today, I don't think. I'm going to set it aside, but I don't think I'm going to need that. This stretch fit cover is also sold separately, but I love it because it fits perfect on the Deluxe stand mixer bowl. So this is the medium stretch fit lid that's part of a set of 3. And so you get a small, medium, and large. This is going to be the medium one, and it's the perfect lid if you need to cover this, or if you just want to keep it on there kind of like as a dust cover if you're storing everything in the bowl like I do. And so we have 3 attachments here. I have the beater attachment, we have our scraper paddle, and I also have the dough hook. And the dough hook is what we're going to use today. So I'm actually going to set these 2 out of the way. We're not going to be using those, but I love using those for other things. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my stand mixer up. There's a button on the back here, and I'm going to get my bowl. Actually, I'm going to keep the bowl out. I'm going to just put the dough hook in here, and I do wait to turn on my mixer once I have a proper attachment that I'm going to be using attached, so that there's no power to this, so there's no risk of getting hurt. What we're going to do is we're going to put all of our dry ingredients in here. I'm going to add the yogurt, and we're going to put it on the knead setting, which is pre-programmed for 8 minutes, but I don't think it's going to take anywhere near that time. And then this is so easy for you to use. You can turn it into pizza dough, you can use it for focaccia bread, you could probably even use it to make something like cinnamon rolls. So we're going to go ahead and measure out our flour, and I do want to show you guys how to measure flour. It's really important when you're measuring flour that you don't scoop it out with the measuring cup. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I've got a glass bowl here that I'm going to use, and this is our measuring cup set, and you see that they all stack together, and this cool thing on the top is called a leveler, and the leveler is used to level off your dry ingredients when you are measuring them out. So let me show you. I'm going to use a smaller scoop, a smaller measuring cup, and I'm just going to scoop this into the measuring cup just like this, and then I'm going to take this leveler, okay, and you scrape it off just like that. So I'm going to double this recipe. So we're going to need 3 cups of flour. So there's 1. And so the reason that this is different than if you were to just scoop it out is it's not packed in there. And so you're just loosely measuring that flour. So that's 2. Let's do 1 more. If you get too much flour, then your bread is not going to it's not going to form the dough that you want. Scrape this off with the leveler. We have 3 cups of flour. I'm going to set these in the sink, and I'll get this flour out of the way. Let's see. All right, and then we'll go ahead and just pour this right in this bowl. I could have just measured it in there, but it is what it is, right? So the next ingredient is baking powder. So I've got some baking powder here, and since we're doubling this, I'm gonna need a tablespoon. So I'm gonna take my tablespoon measuring spoon, which is very similar to the measuring cup set. They stack together, and see, even if you take one out of the middle or somewhere, they still stay stacked together, which I think is pretty cool. The next ingredient is salt. So we're going to do 1 teaspoon of salt. Now the salt that I'm using is Pampered Chef's coarse and pink Himalayan sea salt, and I have ground it up in my Deluxe cooking blender. So 1 teaspoon, I'm checking everything here as I go. And my eyes are obviously not as good as I thought they were. And then we're going to double the baking soda. So that's baking soda here. So we're going to do 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking soda. All right. And then we're gonna measure out our Greek yogurt. And so I'm going to just use plain yogurt. You wanna make sure you're not using vanilla when you're making this, so make sure it's plain. And we're gonna use 2 cups. So we're doubling this recipe, so we're gonna have enough for 2 pizzas. Now I have to tell you guys, this measuring cup is so old. This is the very, very first measuring cup that I ever got. Actually the first product I ever got, and I'm having a hard time pushing this down here. This has got a 2 cup measurement here, and you'll see maybe you can see, this is Pampered Chef's original. Let's see if I can zoom in. I cut my fingers, so I have this little plastic on there to keep me from exposing that cup. But if you can see, you probably can't, but this is our original Pampered Chef hen logo. It's not a chicken, it's a hen. So we're gonna measure 2 cups of Greek yogurt. So you can take one of our scoops here. This is the medium sized scoop. We're just gonna scoop this out. And I love this measuring cup because you can measure both dry and liquid measurements with this. And my mom bought this product for me when I was 15 years old. That was a long time ago, you guys. And that was when I went to my very first Pampered Chef party. And also when I decided that I was gonna be a Pampered Chef lady when I grew up. And so I actually hosted my first party when I was 16 years old, and I tried to join Pampered Chef at 16. But you have to be at least 18. So I was a Pampered Chef reject for 2 years before I turned 18, and then I came back when I was 18, and here I am 24 years later. So it's funny that a measuring cup at a Pampered Chef party was all that it took to kind of decide the future of my life, right? So we've got all of our dry ingredients in here. If you were making this following the original recipe, you would just mix all those dry ingredients together first, and then you would mix in yogurt. We're just gonna put it all in together. So check this out. I've measured that, and I'm just gonna press this out just like that and scrape off any excess there. And we're gonna put this in under that dough hook, lock that in, and then you have to release this button over here. So this keeps it from just like falling straight down. And then the power button is on the back here. I'm gonna turn this to the knead cycle. So let me zoom in here and let you guys see this. So it says custom, so this means you can do whatever you want with this. And then we have whip, which is pre-programmed, and it tells you with each of these settings which attachment you're gonna use. So for the whip cycle, you're gonna use this attachment. Then it says cream, and it has a little picture of this attachment. So mix, same thing, it's gonna tell you to use this one. And then for the beat, it's also gonna tell you to use this one. And then for knead, it has the little squiggle, which is our dough hook. So I'm going to press the start button. It is on speed 1 for 8 minutes, and I'm gonna just let this go until it's incorporated. So hang tight, you guys. It's gonna start out slow, and then it's going to speed up. We'll just give that just a few minutes, and then I'll show you the finished product. I'm gonna grab my bowl scraper because I forgot to get that. All right, so our dough is already forming. I know you can't see in here, and I don't have a way to adjust the camera overhead, but if I did, I certainly would do that. So we're gonna just let this kind of go. And if you have any questions at any time, please leave those in the comments. I'm always happy to get back to you guys with that. And if this is the first time that you're watching one of my videos, I hope that you will hit the subscribe button while you're here. And also, please go to theflipflopchef.com and join my recipe community. I have a whole community on Facebook with thousands of recipes and a giveaway every single Friday. You just look for the Flip Flop Friday giveaway. And then I also have over 40 free digital cookbook downloads for you in that community as well. All right, so our bread is just mixing, 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 and we're just waiting for it to kind of speed up a little bit, and it's gonna pull all those ingredients together. If you were doing this by hand, you would knead it for 4 minutes. So it may take close to 4 minutes for us to get to where we're going, but did you hear it speed up? So it's speeding up, we're on speed number 2, and it's pulling more and more of that flour together with the yogurt, and we're getting more of a dough mixture in this bowl. So when this is done, I'm gonna pour it out and let you guys check it out. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet. We actually had pizza last night for dinner, so I'm not sure that I'm gonna make pizza. with it, but you could do like focaccia. I might actually turn it into cinnamon rolls. So I gotta decide what I'm gonna do with this, right? And so it's gonna start speeding up again here very shortly. We're still on speed number 2. Just hang tight a little bit and you will keep an eye on this. So as I was mentioning before, I have the recipe community on Facebook. You don't want to miss out on that. But if you see products here that you would like to purchase, I would love the opportunity to be your consultant. At the time of recording this video, which is March of 2023, the Deluxe stand mixer, did you see it? Well, no, it just sounded like it, but it didn't speed up. The Deluxe stand mixer is a host exclusive. So the only way to get this mixer right now is to host a Pampered Chef party. I would love the opportunity to help you do that. I don't know when Pampered Chef is going to make this available to all, but in the meantime, you can host a quick and easy party online with me, or if you're local and in Sarasota, Florida, I would love the opportunity to do a party for you in person. All right, most of that dough or the flour has pulled off of the sides of the bowl, and it's mixing that in. So I expect this to speed up here in just a minute, and we're going to have amazing dough that we can turn into something delicious. So if you're interested in hosting a party to get the Deluxe stand mixer, be sure to reach out to me. You can contact me through my YouTube channel, or you can go to theflipflopchef.com, and there's a contact me button there as well. And that's where you're going to find access to my recipe community on Facebook. You're going to find a link to shop my Pampered Chef products, and you can watch other YouTube videos there too. So if you happen to find me another way and you're not watching this on YouTube, you can find more videos there. All right, so we're at 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. So we've gone 3.5 minutes so far. So let's just see what we're working with here. I think we're almost where we need to be. You guys are being so patient today. When you're live TV here, it can seem like, for me at least, that it takes a little bit longer than I would like. But this is looking so good, and I'm so glad I'm not having to do this with my hands, because I love this recipe, but it is a little bit hard to mix it all together by hand and get all of that flour and yogurt incorporated in your hands. It gets super sticky and super messy. And so by doing it this way, you're keeping that from happening. And I'll be sure to post the link so you can do this by hand, or you can use our Deluxe stand mixer for this as well. So, all right, so it's starting to really, really pull together, and I feel like I'm going to be able to show you guys this finished product here in just a second. Oh yeah, we're working on a big ball now. It's almost there. You guys, this mixer is so exciting. I've used it for meatloaf, mashed potatoes. It comes with a cooking guide that looks just like this. Mine is literally falling apart here. There's a sweet dough recipe. We've got the mashed potatoes, meatloaf, raspberry chocolate mousse. That's one that I need to make. Buttercream frosting. I even use this to make chicken nuggets. My kids and my husband are hooked on the ground chicken nuggets. They come together in no time. And that reminds me, I need to add that to my shopping list. So the cooking guide comes with your stand mixer, and you'll have access to all those great recipes. This is our bowl and bench scraper here. So the bowl scraper is nice because you can scrape everything off of the edges of the bowl. And then the bench scraper is great if you were to make these into sweet rolls or cinnamon rolls or even dinner rolls, then you have something to kind of cut them and separate them. All right, so we are down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I feel like we might go the whole 8 minutes, so let's just give it a second and see what we have. So it's all kind of pulled together now. It is awesome. Looks great. Let me go ahead and pause this, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. All right. All right, let me pull this off and see if I can do this without making too much of a mess. But check this out. So all of our dough ingredients have come together right here nicely in the bowl. So I'm going to take my bowl scraper and I can scrape down the sides, and then this dough is ready to go. Get all this scraped out here, and now I have this big bowl of dough. So let me wash my hands really quickly. And like I said, I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to make with this. I might try my hand at some cinnamon rolls with this today, because I can always eat cinnamon rolls, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We have lots of other bread recipes that you can try, and most of them do use yeast, but this is a super quick, easy way to pull together a really quick recipe of homemade dough. So let me know what you think. Don't forget to go to theflipflopchef.com, click the button to join my recipe community, and I'll see you there, you guys. Take care. Bye, everyone.